Hi, Chad Owens here with Myers Network Solutions, and I want to talk to you about the number one biggest risk to your company's security. You might think, well, it's probably my outdated firewall or my lack of antivirus software. No, it's none of those things. Your biggest, number one risk to security for your company is you. You and your employees and the human factor. I'll talk about that real briefly. You, as an employee, have access to your company resources, your company email, your company logins. And so most hackers are going to try and attack you personally through social engineering or phishing or whatever it is. And if they catch you unaware and they get information from you, that puts your company at risk, any of your employees. If your employees are logging into websites they shouldn't be going to with your company email, like maybe they're going to nefarious websites, some questionable websites, adult websites, hacker websites, pirating websites, whatever it is, and when they're asked for a login, they give their company email. This exposes your entire company to litigation. It also exposes them to these hacker sites and websites and exposes their computer to being able to download bad stuff onto your network. So the number one security risk is your people and you. And so how do you fight this? Well, there's two major ways you can do it. The first way is you set up an acceptable use policy, an AUP. And by setting this up, what you're doing is you're creating guidelines for your employees of what they can and they can't do with company resources. Like if you have a laptop, you can't take it off center, or if you have a laptop, you can't take it on vacation, or you have to have a VPN, or all these rules that you can set up. Don't go to these types of websites. Please don't use your company login for anything that's not company work. All of these rules inside of your procedures, your policies. And when you set that out, it creates the playing safe rules for your company. These are what employees are expected to do and stay inside these guidelines. And that policy itself protects you because they know the rules. And it also helps you in the future. If you ever have any kind of litigation, you can say, well, this is our policy and this is how we enforce it. And this is how we educate our people as to this policy. Policy not enforced is really not much of a policy at all. A policy not communicated and people who are not informed of the policy is really not a policy at all either. So you have to have a plan on how you're going to communicate and implement that policy. So that's number one. So the second thing goes along with that, the communication of the policy. But what you want to do is you want to do ongoing training for your employees, for your team, for your people, everybody involved with your company resources. You want to do ongoing training. Now, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can do ongoing training. One of the trainings we offer is, hey, this free YouTube channel, that's training. Another type of training that we offer is some phishing training where you can click and watch how many people are falling for phishing emails and what to look for, and video training, how to determine when somebody's trying to scam you through email. Or you can also do reporting that tells you, okay, this is what my employees are going to. These are the websites they're going to. If you're not watching your network, seeing where your employees are going, knowing exactly what type of traffic and resources is being spent and where it's being spent, then really you're not protecting yourself as much as you could be. And so you want to be doing that. But the ongoing training is really important because, like we said, all of this that we've already discussed just in this video alone doesn't help anybody if nobody knows it. So getting that information out there, constantly reiterating it and putting it in everybody's memory so that they're on alert and on awareness and that they know what your policy is and how to protect themselves. Anyway, that is what I would suggest to you as a business owner, a small business owner, a nonprofit administrator, whatever it is that you're doing. I would strongly suggest these two things: an acceptable use policy and ongoing training. And I think that will really mitigate a lot of your risk. And you'll notice that neither of these two things have anything to do with technology. Your number one security risk is not your technology. Now here at Myers Network Solutions, we can offer you technology to help, but we can also offer you advice and counseling when it comes to how to protect yourselves on a non-technical way as well. We like to come in there and position ourselves, if we can, as a trusted advisor so that you can know that your policies are up to date and what you're doing as far as educating your employees is up to date. So give us a call if you have any questions about any of these things. Our number should be on the screen. And once again, thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.